All right. Welcome in to the Armory. This is episode number 7. I am John Schepps, your host. You can find me on social media at Coach Schepps. I'm a member of the CFB Nation and toiletstotitles.com, the Toilets to Titles Podcast Network. And this week, I'm doing a little bit of a summer catch up. Again, this is episode number 7. If you're just tuning into the Armory for the first time, we've had a few player interviews. You need to go back and check those out. But now I'm looking forward to the upcoming season because we are absolutely right at the door. We're knocking on the door. It's time to let us in, and the players looked ready to go. And I'm pretty excited about that. All right. So I'm going to start off with some notes from the past few weeks. I'm going to talk about some awards. All right. There's been some preseason award watch lists. All right. And Connor Finucane, he was voted team captain, and he has been named to the preseason watch list for the Outland Trophy, which is given to the best interior offensive lineman in the nation. I believe there's 91 players who were named to that award list, and throughout the season, players can get removed from the list until the finalists. I think they end up with 3 finalists, and then they give the award away. But he was named one of the 4 captains, Connor. All right. He started 25 consecutive games at Army's offensive line dating back to the beginning of the 2021 season. Over the course of his career, he has been named a 2023 Phil Steele preseason All-Independent first teamer, a 2022 second team Phil Steele postseason All-Independent, and 2021 Phil Steele preseason All-Independent. So he's been all over the awards. He's coming up on his final year. And it's pretty exciting to see him get this recognition. The next player, senior Leo Lowen, linebacker. He's also one of the 4 team captains. He was named to the Bednarik Award list. All right. The Bednarik Award has been presented to the college football, the best defensive player in the nation since 1994. Lowen started 11 games last season, accumulating 100 tackles. All right. 48 of them solo, 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 3 passes defended, and a forced fumble he had 5 games of 10 plus tackles. So this guy's got a nose for the football, and he's demanded recognition from the nation. All right, including logging a career high 16 tackles versus Navy. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, and he did that. And he got Army Navy Player of the Game. So those are some awards that they're not awarded yet, but the fact that these players are getting the recognition, that's great for Army football. It's great for these players. They've been working hard and they deserve it. Some recognition was given to Isaiah Alston, not awards. All right, junior wide receiver, 6'4", 194 pounds. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that one-handed grab. It's pretty fantastic from practice over the past few weeks. I think it was like the number 2 play of the day or play of the week on ESPN. But Army social media was quick to let us know, that's not new for Alston. Alston's used to the one-handed grab, and you need to go check out Army social media because they posted a clip of like multiple one-handed grabs. But he was named to the Isaiah, that is 2023 Phil Steele preseason All-Independent first teamer, which is, I guess that is an award. So he was given some accolades and acknowledgments. His sophomore campaign, 16 passes he received, 269 yards and a touchdown. Now, given the new offense under Coach Thatcher and watching this team throw the football, I think we're going to see him probably closer. He's going to top 400 receiving yards this year for sure. I would say probably top about 4 touchdowns this year. So I'd say look for Alston, 400 plus receiving yards, 4 plus touchdowns. Now I want to get into some notes from watching practice this past week. Right now there's a 2 quarterback race. All right. Because Alex Meredith got hurt. He's out for the season. So now it comes down to Bryson Daly and sophomore Dwayne Coleman. And also another clip, if you watched from one of their scrimmages last weekend, Dwayne Coleman had a powerful run that he finished in the end zone with impact, ran through a defender. It was very exciting to watch, and it just screamed Army football to me. So Coleman is an electric runner. I think he's the backup right now. What I noticed from him in the spring, some of his footballs, when he was throwing the ball, would sail over the receiver a little bit. But coming out to practice this past week, I noticed tight spiral. A lot of his throws are much more under control. It's incredible the difference a few months can make. He looks ready to go. I would not be upset if Dwayne Coleman ended up starting the season. He looks absolutely ready to go, and he's a phenomenal runner. Impact runner, not afraid of contact. All of those things I can get behind. That being said, Bryson Daly, he is the one in practice. Bryson can run. He runs very well. When I see him going through their option drills, just hit every step of the way, riding the running back, pulling the football, dipping out, giving the pitch along the sidelines at the right time. Bryson Daly, I would say, what he does, it just everything seems smooth, effective, and efficient with Daly. Nothing electrifying. I haven't seen anything, incredible yet, but everything he does very well. So that's not a knock. That's just everything he does very well. When he's throwing the football, he's not afraid to go through his progression, and he's not going to challenge a defender if he doesn't have to. He's going to take what he can get. So if there's a 4 or 5 yard pass, he's going to take that. And that's efficient, and that's going to move the football. We already know we can run the football. Army's very good at running the football. We have a stable of like 8 to 10 backs. Like, they just keep coming in waves. So I know we can run the football. And I know Bryson can help us move the football through the air. So I think we're looking pretty good between the first two quarterbacks. Right now, there's a true freshman, Champ Harris, 6'2", 193 pounds. He wears number 7 out of St. Thomas Aquinas. And you know of that high school because that's where Michael Irvin went. That's where the Bosa brothers went, Giovanni Bernard. And he's taking reps. It's impressive to see a true freshman being thrown out there, getting an opportunity and making the most of the reps. So look for Champ Harris down the line because he's getting invaluable lessons right now. So that's kind of what's going on with the quarterback competition. Speaking of the running back position, I mentioned this earlier. It's probably expected since Army is a powerful run offense. Now going to Coach Thatcher, they're going to be passing a little bit more, but I don't think the identity of tough, physical, pound you style of play is going to be changed. I think that's still going to be, we're going to be an aggressive, physical team. Now, what I like is there's, elusive, shifty, quick backs, but there's also a wave of overpowering big physical backs. There's this guy, Tyson Riley, number 32, senior, 6'2", 255 pounds. I'm standing on the sidelines. I'm watching them practice, and I'm probably a good 5 yards from the sideline. And, I don't, there's contact in front of me, not massive contact because wasn't a scrimmage. There's always a chance, you got to get out of the way if somebody gets knocked out of the sideline, but I'm pretty much comfortable standing still there. When I see him running down the sidelines, even if he's 7, 8 yards from me, I'm moving to the side because this is a big man. All right. He appeared in 10 games with 8 starts last year, rushed 95 times for 441 yards, 4.6 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. I expect Riley in his senior season to take a step. I'm excited to watch him on Saturdays. And Hayden Reed, a sophomore, number 8, 6 foot, 215 pounds. Now, these aren't going to be the stars of the offense, but these are just 2 guys I'm pretty excited about. He played in 10 games as a freshman with 2 starts at running back, 37 carries, 188 yards, 5.1 yards per carry. I expect him to get a little uptick, but he's another guy, very well put together. He's going to make it. These backs are going to make defenders make business decisions. And what I mean by making a business decision, when you see a guy like that who's lowering their shoulder, coming at you, a lot of defensive backs and safeties don't want to hit a player like that head on. So if they can get through the first level into the second level and they're facing an opponent who's half the size of them, you're going to see, maybe early in the game, one of those defensive backs are going to pop them, but they're not going to like how it feels. And then later in the game, they're going to be, let me go low. Let me go for the ankles. And that gives these guys an opportunity to now make a defender miss and take a ball a little bit further because now the defender made the mistake. So I'm excited to watch these guys run. So I'm also pretty excited about the wide receiver position. We have some young, talented wide receivers who I think are going to step up and make some plays this season. They're going to help our offense take a step in this new offensive system that we are running. And one of them is Noah Short, who's been on the show. I had an opportunity to interview him. He was a defender last year, blocked that punt in the Army-Navy game, made a name for himself. Now he switched to the other side of the ball. And what I've noticed since spring is these coaches are giving this kid an opportunity to make plays. He's kind of going all over the offense. He's going in motion. They're throwing screens. They're throwing corner routes. They're throwing it to him down the seam. Noah Short's going to be a big part of this offense. Casey Reynolds is the type of guy, third downs, red zone, quarterback's going to be able to look for him, find him, know he's going to come down with the football. And the whole offense and the whole sidelines and the whole fan base, they're going to know when the ball goes to him, he's going to catch it. And there's some value to that. Another position, the last position I'm going to talk about today that I'm pretty excited about is the safety position because we have a strong trio of safeties roaming the secondary. Start off with Quindrelin Hammonds, number 26, senior, 6 foot, 195 pounds. In 2022, he started in 11 games, posted a career best 52 tackles. 29 of them were solo, 2 tackles for loss, 3 passes defended, and a forced fumble. This guy, he looks like a stud. He's one of the stars in the defense, making plays every day in practice, cornerstone for that secondary. Now we have a younger guy, Max DiDomenico, number 6, junior, 6 foot, 215 pounds. He played in all 12 games last year, recording 40 tackles, 19 solo, pass defended, and a forced fumble. So we got veterans at the safety position, thumpers, coverage guys. They can run with you. And then we also have a sophomore that I'm pretty excited about. He's going to get some opportunities to play. I think the coaches like him as well. Number 22, Casey Larkin, playmaker, 6 foot, 195, a little more twitchy, I think, than these other two defenders. Not as much of a thumper as these other two defenders, but I'm excited because a guy like them that they could sprinkle in, he could stay fresh. I think he's going to make plays. So look for some highlight plays from Casey Larkin this season. All right, so everybody, I appreciate you tuning in to the Armory again. This was episode number 7. Go check out toiletstotitles.com. If you're watching on the CFB Nation, it'd be greatly appreciated. You throw us a subscribe, comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the season. Likely, I'll look it over next week. I'll get back to you and look for an in-season schedule where we're going to be recording once a week. I'll be previewing the upcoming game. I'll be recapping last week's game, and hopefully we have an excellent season. So everybody, thank you. Take care. I will see you all next week.